Be not afeard, the isle is full of noises, sounds and sweet airs that give delight and hurt not. Sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about mine ears, and sometimes voices that, if I then waked after a long sleep, will make me sleep again. And then in dreaming, the clouds methought would open and show riches ready to drop upon me, that when I waked, I cried to dream again.
The Ventnor Fringe was started by a group of us. We were all teenagers at the time, and we really wanted to see something happen in our hometown, a little town on the Isle of Wight. We were really inspired by the Edinburgh Fringe and the heritage of that festival, the festival which any artist anywhere in the world could come and take part in. We're really inspired by the history of the Isle of Wight festivals in the late 60s. In 1970, it ended up being the largest festival that the world had ever seen, and we wanted to hark back to that counter-culture heritage. It wasn't about making a big concert in a field anymore, but it was about being inspired by the idea of creating something different, and we felt the Fringe was a sort of modern take on that concept.
I remember you saying to me afterwards, there's this guy called Jack Whitewood and he's going to put on something called Ventnor Fringe next year, and I thought, oh, that sounds really interesting and exciting.
I think it's one of the best things that's happened to town. I grew up here, sort of lived here for 20 years and then moved away because there was nothing here. 10 years later after that, I came back and this thing was already going, and it's just seeing what it has done for the town has been incredible, really, because it's like brought a whole new feeling to somewhere that it was slightly dying as a place, and I think it's just brought back life to it, which was a great thing to see.
I think that the Fringe and the Exchange were massive factors in us choosing to move to Ventnor specifically. Once we were on the island, we realised that we were spending all of our weekends driving over to Ventnor, either to come and see something here or just to hang out here. The town has this unreal, sort of unnaturally creative, interesting vibe, and I think that the core of that is the Exchange and is the Fringe, and it's all sort of grown outwards from there.
It's brought a lot of people together in the town around the Fringe.
It's given Ventnor an opportunity that it wouldn't have otherwise had.
People that you wouldn't necessarily see at events will be rubbing shoulders with people that they don't rub shoulders with for the rest of the year.
Because I'd never been before, I didn't know what to expect, and I got here and everyone was just running around and it was just mad. It was amazing. I'd never experienced anything like it. It was completely new.
I was looking for some kind of art community to get involved in, and it was talking to you guys that you highlighted it for me. I had sort of briefly heard of it, but I think I wasn't living on the island when it sort of started getting momentum. The different spaces is one of my favourite aspects of the festival, particularly using spaces that aren't used by people normally, and also ones that are used by people that I might not normally go to, businesses as well, and the different acts using the different spaces and how it can look differently from one show to another is really interesting.
It's all just concentrated for one period of time, and that's really magical because you can just make a lot of things happen, and it doesn't just go away, it carries on, it leaves a little mark, because you don't just all walk away and don't talk about it for the rest of the year. You create collaborations and friendships, and it just lives on.